Greetings everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Rocket Knight Adventures. Today, it all comes down to this. A final fight against the evil pig emperor. And some of the most bitchin' music in the game. This is actually some of my favorite music. It just gets you pumped and ready to do some boss fights. Which is great considering that this level is full of boss fights. This first one isn't too hard. The whole point of it is trying to get him to jump across the screen, because if you let him just stand on the other side, he'll just throw those, whatever they are, ghostly things at you all the time. And then he starts going batshit into the center and blows into what? Robot parts? No. I thought he was a pig. Turns out he's actually a robot. Well, now that's a twist. I wonder what this means. Well, I'll tell you what it means. It means I'm dead. Oh, God. So that was actually the first and only death you'll ever see in this LP. I thought I'd keep it in just to show you that I'm not perfect. And that's... you can actually take some damage and die in this game. So, anyhow, strategy now is to try and rocket at him and avoid his legs, and that's it. And he blows up. Well, shit! I guess that wasn't the final fight. Okay, so as you can see, there are multiple emperors. Oh, this is even more spoilers. Not even spoilers. It's a conspiracy. So, somebody or something is actually behind all the destruction, and it's not what we think it is. Anyhow, these enemies are slightly tougher than your regular enemies. Takes about 2 rocket blasts to take them out. You can try and skip them, but we're in such a narrow hallway that they will most likely just do you damage, and that's no good. Okay, something's going down in this room. It's very dark. What's this? Yes, it is time to take this little bitch down. This is probably my favorite fight in the whole game. So the first time you fight him here, you basically just have to negate his attacks. Every time he lands, he will try and slash you with 2 airstrikes. So if you can block his and then do a third of your own in enough time, you'll actually hurt him. Watch out for his spinning blade of death, and you're gold. You shouldn't actually take any hits during this first part, unless you're an idiot, or me. Obviously. So, he's about to do something else. This slashing at him right here, really, I don't think it's doing him any damage, even though the damage animation starts, and holy shit! He blew the wall out. So, the boss music is actually starting now, and man, Axel Gear is a tough motherfucker. That's for sure. He blew the wall out of a spaceship, and now we're fighting him in the fucking decompressing room. So the first form here is he's just going to fly around in circles and launch rockets at you until you do enough damage to him that he loses all of his rockets. And now all he's going to do is fly into the room, spinning, and then spin out. You have to kind of go up and down on your pole here to make sure whether he's coming in the top or the bottom to do damage, because you only get a very small window of opportunity to do him any kind of damage at all. Now you have 3 poles here you can stay on. You want to be careful though, because the screen is constantly pulling you to the left, and if you fly off that 3rd pole all the way out, you will die because you're flying into space. Which doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because we were just flying in space to get here. But like I said, I'm not arguing physics in a game about possums wearing armor. Let's just take it as it is. A totally epic fight. Now, the reason I'm not rocketing at him is it would take some good timing to do it, and you also run the risk of flying out of the spaceship when you do that, because sometimes you don't always catch the poles like you think you will. So this part of the fight can take just a little while, but it's the last part of it. And 10 lives ought to do me. Anyhow, that's it! Axel is... well, we can say he's defeated. I'm not sure he's quite dead, but that's the last we'll be seeing him for now. Teleport to the next room, and whoa, more pig robots. Okay, we can handle this, right? We've handled these before. Apparently we've made it to a large open area of the spaceship. I wonder where this is going. I wonder who the true enemy is. I'm also pretty certain that this game is so obscure with the storyline in-game that we really won't know who's behind it, but we can at least try and find out. Okay, well, my rocket just helped me skip him, so whatever. You can skip them. Ooh! So in this room, gravity is kind of shut off. So you can jump higher and rocket much higher. You're going to want to collect the things in here. Bananas to restore your health and a 1-up, just in case you didn't have enough. Ah, I love that falling animation for Sparkster. It's quite hilarious. Alright, we're going to go up, apparently. That's what the arrow says. Let's try. Okay, this is getting ominous. We've been transported to a reactor core of some kind, and we have a laughing pig face. And some totally awesome boss music. Okay, so this is the final enemy of the game. And it's not really clear who it is, or who's behind it, or whatever. I see the pig face. Is it the face of the Emperor? Probably. But it's in a core of a spaceship, so whatever. I guess the whole thing is that they are all androids, robots, etc. And this shit goes much farther than a turf war, or the seal, or whatever the princess was. Anyhow, this guy's got some fairly easy attacks to dodge. It doesn't get harder until later when he actually starts combining them all. So it's pretty self-explanatory about how to dodge him. What you're looking to hit is the small red orb on a stick. That's what actually does him damage. Anyhow, this electricity is also very easy to dodge. Everything is kind of easy to dodge. You just kind of have to keep your wits about you. Until he starts moving faster, of course, which all good bosses do in the end, eventually, is move much faster. Also want to mention that you probably have noticed already, but the gravity in this room is also turned off. You pretty much fly around like a nutcase. Ooh, boss music sped up. I didn't think that boss music could get any better, but holy shit it is now. So now he's combining attacks. We have spiky arms with rings on them. We don't want to touch those because they do a lot of damage. But we're still looking to hit the red orb. And this son of a bitch takes a lot of hits to kill. Apparently rocketing into him is not a good idea. Oh, I guess it doesn't do as much damage as I thought. I apologize for that error I said. It takes 1 heart of damage. I can't remember, there's one attack that he does that does an awful lot of damage, and it's just no good. It's just a good idea not to touch him in general, like I'm doing, an idiot. Wow. Will I die? Well, I can guarantee you that I won't. Because he's dead! That's right, the fight is over! Defeated, destroyed! Let's dance around in victory. Okay, we're gonna teleport out of here. Looks like shit might not be quite done yet, and considering this is Konami, we can assume that the boss isn't over. But let's make our way to the escape pod anyway, and jettison out of this bitch before it blows up. I have a feeling that we haven't seen the last of him. Oh yes, there we are escaping, and what's this? Something's following me. Oh, of course, I figured. Figured as much. Nice explosion, though. Kind of reminds me of some other large That's No Moon explosion, but we're not going to talk about that. And holy shit, we've got boss music again, and we're descending, and okay. So this guy is now following us. We're in the escape pod, descending towards Earth, or whatever the planet is called. I'm sure someone will post what the planet is called, and that's okay. I don't mind. I'm trying to be as casual as possible here. Anyhow, you really can't do him any damage. You just kind of have to dodge him, and that's it. So he has this little pattern. The first part is where he launches the rings O Death at you, which will do you some damage. And then he dives at you, and then does this swinging arm thing. And he just repeats. Lather, rinse, and repeat. You kind of want to draw him to one corner of the screen so that when he comes down at you, his arms don't do you any damage, and whoa! We are apparently entering the atmosphere, which is good for us because we've got an escape pod, but I'm thinking not so good for the robots. Yeah, he's not looking so hot. we lost our arms here. Okay. So that's it. That's the end of it all! But will Sparkster survive, is the question. Why, yes. He has a parachute. Of course. There's the king looking very worried. I wonder what's happening. Oh, Sparkster! You're such a hero. So we've rescued the princess. We actually rescued the princess back in stage 5, but I guess we left her chilling in the evil city. I don't know. Whatever. Sparkster's getting the hell out of there because he doesn't want to be a part of that sentimental shit. He's a tough motherfucker and he's ready to go. To save something else from somebody else. Okay, so that's the end of Rocket Knight Adventures. And I gotta say, this is a great game. It's probably one of my favorite games of all time. So the credits are this nice little animation. We have Sparkster looking, I guess he's, I don't know, he's got this worried look on his face, like he's not quite so sure about the staff. But, yeah, whatever. What can we do? Character designed by Tat. That's it. That's all you get, is Tat. Anyhow, I'm going to take this time to thank the people who so far have responded in the thread and given me feedback, etc., stuff like that. I like to hear feedback. I like discussion. Sometimes I leave things vague on purpose so that discussion can be had. Anyhow, the thread is now going to be a third of the way done because I am doing the sequels. Sparkster Rocket Knight Adventures 2 and Sparkster no subtitle. Sparkster Rocket Knight Adventures 2 is for the Genesis. It's the one I'm going to be doing next. It's the actual, I guess you could call it the official sequel, since it has the RKA2 in the title and it's released on the same platform as the original. And then Sparkster for the SNES is actually classified as a spin-off. Both of them feature basically the same design for Sparkster. He actually has a graphical upgrade, as well as some gameplay changes, but we'll talk about those when we get to those. Let's look at the horrible English here. Supervise. Thank you, Mr. Haruki, for supervise. And thank you, Mr. Karita, for produce. His vegetables were very tasty, and I enjoyed them very much. And that's a serious name if I ever saw one. Dangantaisium, whatever. I'm sorry for horribly butchering names, but I apologize. Presented by Konami. Thank you, Konami, for such a great game. We'll see you guys next time for Rocket Knight Adventures 2, Sparkster for the Genesis. This is MeccaPrime signing out.